Hi, I thought I would give you today a quick review on the Baby Jogger City Mini GT. Now this pram is an all-time favourite of mine. I have owned it, I think this is the fourth time I worked out, over my 3 children. It's just one of those ones I just keep coming back to. I've owned probably a good 50 plus prams, to be honest, and I just keep coming back to this one. It's a great pram. So you might ask, why now have I decided to review it when I haven't before? Well, reason being, in June, July this year, I believe, 2019, they are bringing out the City Mini GT2, which is pretty much exactly the same, because this is, if it ain't broke, this is great. So the only thing is they've added is a calf support, so you can pop your baby's legs up when they're sleeping, self-standing fold, you can change the colour of the hood, of the seat, the suspension in the wheels is much better, or on all wheels where it hasn't been before. So yeah, it's looking absolutely fantastic. Oh, and another classic that I'm loving that they've done is they've put a magnetic instead of the Velcro on the peekaboo windows. It's just basic, right? So yeah, anyway, that's coming out in a couple of months' time. So that means that this bad boy, the style that I've got behind me, is probably going to go on sale. So if you're a first-time mum, or if you've had a bigger pram and you want something lighter and nippier for your slightly older baby, or you're just wondering and you want to change up, then if this is the pram for you, I'm here to hopefully answer some of those questions for you before the new one comes out. So let's have a look. Okay, so here we go. Here she is, the lovely Baby Jogger City Mini GT. Now, I'll start from the top for you. We have a really amazing adjustable handle, and I'm 5'11", so I kind of have it about here, and I find it super comfortable to push. No problems at all, but I think that even if you were 5 foot, you could definitely find a comfortable position for you. So I find that's a really, really good feature. Now, one of the other things I love about Baby Joggers is their legendary hood coverage. Look at that. It's a great coverage. I think only rivaled by the Bugaboo, but there's no fussy zips or anything. You just, bang, you've got it. You have 2 peekaboo windows here. Now, they are sealed with Velcro, which is not a favourite, and they are plastic windows. But the GT2 is going to apparently have magnets, so it makes it easier. And I don't tend to bother actually opening them, I just peek around the side. And if you want airflow, which we all do obviously, then I'll show you back here. You've got, when you recline the pram, you've got this whole mesh panel here for airflow. So my kids sleep in here really comfortably. I leave it open, you can roll it right up, and there's a little toggle to keep that up, and I'll just stick it in there like that, and that stays up nicely. But obviously you've got the option if it's cold or rainy, or your child just likes it particularly dark to sleep, you could just pop that over again. Whilst I've got the back down, you can see a really nice full recline, which makes this pram perfect from newborn. So, as I said, you're never going to outgrow this pram. It is brilliant. So from newborn, you can see you've got a completely flat recline. Now you have the option of adding a bassinet. Baby Jogger do 2 bassinets. They do the deluxe and the compact. Now the deluxe and the compact both fit on here, but for example, if you were going to have a double stroller as well, the GT double stroller, then you can only put the compact on the double. So you might want to get the compact for this and be able to swap it between the 2. That way you can see your baby, the baby's up slightly higher as well, and you've got access to them. And so that's a really, really good option. You can also put a capsule on here. So there's 2 little, either side, you've got 2 little buttons. You push the button on the side and this pops out this little plug and leaves you a hole there, and you can put an adapter for a capsule or either one of the bassinets should you decide that's what you wanted to do. And that's also where the belly bar and snack tray go, so on these 2 little ones here. don't lose these little buttons. You can buy them again, but you don't want to do that. So whilst if you were going to have the newborn in here and the baby was laying flat, you can either have a cocoon, which you attach here. So there's two little D-rings here. So I hear a lot of people asking, what are these things for? It's to secure your cocoon into the pram. If you didn't want to use a cocoon because perhaps it's summer or you didn't want to spend the extra money on something that's only going to be used for a few months, then you could get a liner, maybe with some head support, depending how small your child is, then that would be suitable also. So it's really great in that respect that you have that option. It really kind of brings down the price of buying a pram, and as we know, babies are super expensive. So whilst I'm here, and you can see, I'm just going to bring the back up and I'll show you the harness. So if you can see, you've got a 5-point harness here, and it just literally slots in just like this and clicks in there. Now when you push it, it's enough to push that a small child shouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't think so anyhow. None of my children have ever escaped, and then it literally breaks apart here, so it's safety wise, it's pretty good. Now I'll show you here, you've got the basket underneath. Now accessibility to the basket isn't the best, I would say, but is definitely not by far the worst. It is a good sized basket. Now, because you kind of access from the side, if you pick up a second-hand one of these prams, then you might find that this basket is, the elasticity is gone or it's been ripped. You can really easily replace these. The Australian importer is the Amazing Baby company, and they sell them online. So, or you can phone them up. Their customer service is amazing. So, yeah, they're really, really helpful, and they'll be able to help you find what you're looking for. So I don't think it's the best basket by far, but it's definitely not the worst, and it's not a deal breaker for me. I think it's still a really, really great pram. So I will show you here. We've also got a pocket on the back here for extra storage. So if you want to put your phone, keys, wallet, whatever, they've got this part here, so that adds to storage. Now it does say on the top here, don't hang bags, but I know lots of mums do. You can do that. It's your pram, it's your baby, but just be warned, it can be a little on the tippy side. So just like any three-wheeler, it's not exclusively this pram. I think any three-wheeler has it's just gravity. If you've got a small baby in here and the back's reclined, there's no weight at the front, you've got extra bags in the back, it's going to lift. So it's just something to always be mindful of if you're looking for extra storage, to put something on the handlebar. I've had a backpack a lot of the time, just so that I've got extra space, and just had things like snacks and drinks under here, so that just makes it a bit easier. And that also goes with the glider board. I found that the glider board works pretty well on here. There's not much room for a child to put their head though, I would say, so it's not the easiest glider board pram combo. And we did have, I would say at the very beginning, when my youngest was very small, we had the back fully reclined, so there's no weight in the front. My child was on the glider board, and it lifted the front wheel to the point where I couldn't steer it. So we gave up on that, we didn't do that. So it's not, I don't think that's the best option. Maybe if the bassinet's on it would be easier, but I had the baby in the pram with the back flat. So again, just food for thought before you kind of make your purchase, or even if you have decided on this pram, and I really do strongly suggest that you give it a fair go, because it's great. Something to think about anyhow. So anyway, I'll carry on. So you've got the handbrake, which is a favourite of mine. If you have the glider board on it, then if you have a glider board on any pram and you have a foot brake, there's a difficulty accessing it. So you've got this on the handle, you've always got access. Also, it's squeeze and push and then move. So it's actually very, difficult for small hands to do. You're not going to find your toddler just ramming it on whenever they please. It's not really possible to do that. So I think that's a great feature. I really like that. Your all-terrain wheels are going to go over most surfaces, whether you're in the shopping centre, on the pavement, or going across the oval, or doing a fire track or something. You're going to be pretty much fine with this. You could probably lightly jog with it as well. It's not actually made for that, but it's one of the better ones to run with. I wouldn't suggest a full run, but maybe just a light jog. This should probably see you well with that. So I'll show you the fold. That's one of the my favourite things about this. I think the Baby Jogger do a really, really good fold. So in the middle of the seat, you have a little handle. You literally grip hold of the handle and give it a little tug, and it folds that easily. It's 9.5 kilos, so it's super lightweight. So if you are recovering from birth or had a C-section, this is actually going to be really nice for you to load into the car. It's only one piece, there's no fussing, it's really quite a fuss-free pram. Now, it doesn't stand on its own like this, but the GT2 will do, apparently. I used to, or have done, just stand it on its side. It does stand there, and that's absolutely fine, but obviously it might scratch, but that depends on if you want that. Okay, unsecuring it is as easy as folding it. So you have an automatic lock on the side, you just click, and there you go, you're back in action. One tip I will give you, that when you fold it, just make sure the back is slightly reclined, just because then it doesn't put any pressure on the folding mechanism under here. I have bent the folding mechanism on one of my prams previously, and I was lucky enough that it was replaced under warranty, because I had been pushing the seat right up high and pulling it tight and folding the fabric behind. As I said, the Amazing Baby Company were really good and helped me out there and gave me the tip. So apparently it's not actually written anywhere, but it is suggested that you do that. So I would just make sure that it's always just slightly reclined when you do that, and it makes the fold really easy. It doesn't put any pressure on the folding mechanism underneath. So that's just food for thought. Anyway, as I said, I've had this 4 times. I love this pram. I keep coming back to it, and I will hopefully, fingers crossed, be reviewing the GT2 in the near future, and husband pending. Yeah, I will show you that. But I actually think this is one of the best prams on the market. I love it. It's simple, it's easy, it's light. It is your fuss-free parent pram, and I feel that lots of people start off with that super fancy pram and love it, but by the time the baby hits the age of 1, they are hankering after something like this, to see the rest of their pram days out, and a lot of people do that. So if you're looking that way, I would suggest this is just one of the best ones to look at. So anyway, if you've got any questions and you want to ask me something, I hopefully am in a good position to answer them. Give me a shout, and I will see you soon, hopefully. Bye.